Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, and since it's holiday, we're playing Farming Simulator 19 on Oakfield Farm, and it's time to get the fields we just harvested replanted with some oilseed radish for the winter. Maybe not for the winter, but yeah, let's keep that thing connected and turn things on. So, why is that not working? Because it didn't turn on. Okay then. Well, try that again, shall we? Okay. On. Side panel seems to be getting a little temperamental. Could be the small child pushing buttons when I don't need them to. Over and over again. That can wear things out. Still, I do like the side panel. I've got very used to it, and when I don't have it around, it's kind of a problem. Trying to remember all the keys that does whatever. Also, the joystick on it is very favourable for this type of game, and the fine adjustment you need on a front loader. Haven't got used to it on the logging trailers with the pickup arms. But for straight front loader, it's awesome. Anyway, today we've got the Challenger in the other field, the slightly larger field, currently running around cultivating it. We'll be doing some planting here, and then as soon as I've got this field done, I'll probably go and set up the silage bunker for unloading and get the semi-truck all up and doing that. Thinking about it, I should probably just get the truck loading first before I complete this, because it takes time for the truck to load, it takes time for the truck to empty. So I'm going to stick that there for a minute, and we'll run down here. I don't know what we have in there. That's working. Driving around in a thing. Put that there. There we go, that's working. So for some reason the belts are running. But they're not moving anything. It's kind of odd. Okay. Don't think I need to connect these. Sometimes it's easier when you do, and other times it's easier when you don't. Let's push that under there. That's it. Now we need our I need the help buttons. Oh. That way. Okay. I think that's fine. Don't know why we're not picking anything up, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's go get the truck. Turn that off. Oh, I'm going to want the big semi-trailer, so that's down near the bottom yard. Truck's in here. Been a while since we've been in this. Ugh. And I put all the farm machinery in the way, so that's... Okay, let's try that a bit different. A little bit longer than the in-game man cab, but we have the option of putting a tipper attachment on the back or using it as a semi-trailer or semi-truck. Now for running down the BGA, we'll use the semi-truck option because that tipper's bigger. But for going up to hilltop stores, we use the tipper attachment because we can't get this rig through the front gate. Okay, let's go get this thing loading, and then we can get back to planting. Yeah, I thought I was a little bit too close. Let's try and get it in the middle of the road. There we go. Make wide turns. Okay, jump out there. Oops, jump back in. Oh, that worked. Is it doing more? Do more. That's working. That's working. And that's working. Okay. Go find. How are you getting on? You are. Okay, there's that little patch over there. That's because it's a sort of bubble on the side of the field. I started from the top rather than the bottom. So, that's a thing. Get back to here, and let's continue where we left off. There we go. Okay. So actually, seeding this field will not take very long with this seeder. And maybe later in the farm life, as we get more bigger arable fields, might convert this one to grass. Because eventually we're going to have to take that lower grass field and leave it to sheep. This field is kind of small, and we do have a big seeder here, and we missed a bit. And there we go. Okay. A little bit of overlap, but can't remember. I don't think this cultivates and sows. Might do. I may be crazy. Not reading the instruction manual. But oilseed radish, as I've said before, very low usage or low density seed crop. So we can get a lot of ground covered with a very little amount of seed. I'll probably put canola in this field. Well, we don't use canola. I might put sunflowers back in this field. Since it's a small field, it works well with our harvester. I'm not going to put this on a sugar beet if it's time for that, because that's just not going to work out well for us. And that's that. And this field's not really big enough to. I'll try that one again. So I'm not sure what day we're expecting real world. Kind of looks dull and overcast to our west, so we might get some rain. About 18 turkeys in the yard this morning. Haven't seen them in a few weeks. We had about a dozen deer Saturday afternoon. Wandered by. No, that was probably Sunday morning. There was one deer that came by while I was cutting the grass, so he looked a little bit upset that I was chopping down lunch. Yeah, we get a fair amount of wildlife through here. I had to do a little bit of clean-up on the footpath on Saturday due to the local wildlife. Yeah, that doesn't look good out there. Although again, on I think Saturday we were getting sort of 15% chance of rain, and I think by the end of the day we hadn't had any. We had a smattering overnight, nothing significant. Should probably have done that straight rather than do the bow leg. Okay. That's the first field done. At least close to. Let's try that one again. Yay. And there is a tiny little bit there. So what does this one actually do? It's a 12-meter cedar. 230 does not require cultivating. But as I said before, I'm doing the cultivating because there's an achievement for it. And I have a cultivator. We have to cultivate before the other planter thing anyway. Well, we need to get off the road. I'll put us over here on the edge. We can come back when the cultivator's done. That should be full. Yes. Okay then. Time to make some money. What's the red thing? Oh, that's the truck. Okay. So another good thing about this trailer is it's a walking floor or pusher rather than a tipper. So we don't have to worry about low roofs when we're tipping. Not that there are any on this map, but it's a problem we used to have on lower folds. Okay, go truck. Ooh. Oh, not go truck, there's a car. Oops. Steering wheel set up for tractors, and they don't go quite as fast as trucks. So I am finding that driving a truck gets a little bit squirrely at high speed. Since 90% of the time on Farming Simulator you're driving a tractor, that's what I've optimized my steering wheel settings for. That way should reverse the truck over. Oh, there we go. Tipping point detected. So again, we can dump most of this, but then we're going to fill up the... No, it's 49,000. 49,000 is 59,000. Okay. So that is what it is. This is still going. He's probably going to get stuck in that corner. We'll have to rescue him. That field's coming on okay. What's everything else like while we're waiting for stuff? That's like sunflowers. That's like growing. Oh, I know what we can check. Seasons. Crop rotation. So sugar beets is not really a good lead in to the wheat and the oats and stuff. But I am guessing I've figured out that's one rotation. The other rotation we're going to be doing is oh, excuse me. Something like that. So we get a better yield of wheat and barley after sunflowers. But sunflowers and sugar beets are going to be our sort of what are those? Cereal crops. And we can also do barley, canola, canola. So we can do something like that as well. Excuse me, I need to go and check the back door. Sounds like sounded like Ninja Squirrel was trying to climb up the insect screen, but no sign of him. So yeah, so we'll be doing sugar beet, sunflowers, and canola, or a cereal crop. So that's our general cycle, and yeah, these are equally replaceable, same with those. So that's the plan at the moment. Going to be taking over here, I think. Good morning, long hauler. Happy Labor Day and welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? That finished. Well, that didn't work out too well. Fine. We'll slide it sideways because real world physics doesn't work like that. Okay, I think I'll run along the bottom here. Probably end up doing that bit of the field last though. That bit's all nice and done. Our newest addition is still foster under current foster family. So she was visiting this weekend. And how are we doing here? We had a good time. Yeah, Mrs. Osa and I are sort of Currently she's a guest in our house, but her adoptive worker is really pushing to get this thing done and finished. So we could have our foster license reopened on Wednesday at the earliest, I think. But any time after Wednesday, potentially we could have foster license open. At which point, she gets to move in permanently. Well, she gets to move in. We get to submit the adoption papers because we're still collecting some of the stuff they want done for that. And once that gets all done, we're on the adoption timeline. But time in home counts against the 6 months that she needs to be here. So if we say that's not going to empty. Other way. Is it that way? Yeah. That's better. So yeah, let's say she moves in end of September, 23rd of September, and we don't get the adoption papers before a court until December. They'll still count her time being here 6 months probation from the 23rd of September. So that's kind of how that works. So we're very close to getting the whole thing major league started. So I want to get that down to about 47, I think. That's going to use up some time against our field prep, but that's not a big deal. Okay. But yeah, we had a good time. We played... what did we play? We played some Farm Sim on Friday night. I moved it on to... No, we were fostering. We dropped our foster license beginning of this year because we're kind of getting old. So having babies running around and having to pick them up, or toddlers running around, and all that entails, and the energy required to raise one. We're going for an older child who potentially could move out of the house, will have graduated high school by the time I retire, which isn't too far away. But we also gave that before the end of this year. So if we didn't have anything going by December, then that was a done deal. We were finished because we're getting old. So that's moving along quite nicely at the moment. As I said, we had a couple of visits at an ice cream place up close to where she lives, and then we had a long day visit where her foster mum wanted to go to a town a little bit further than she'd normally travel for school shopping and for arts and crafty stuff and that sort of thing. And then, so she was here from, I'd say about 10 o'clock in the morning through to late afternoon. This weekend was her first overnight, and we have to do you have to have an overnight visit before there's a move-in. Foster care, not so much, but in this case, yes. So she came Friday, around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30, and stayed until Sunday. We left here about 2:45 to drop her off, and it's It's an hour drive for us, and it's an hour drive for the foster parents. So she's 2 hours away. Next week she will be coming again on Friday afternoon. Staying the weekend, we'll be taking her back on Sunday, but she'll be arriving later on Friday afternoon because people are working. And this coming weekend we're planning, she's going to bring some of her stuff that she doesn't need at the foster home. So over the next visit or two, not sure how many there's going to be, she'll be bringing stuff to leave here, so that when she does get to move in, we don't have to ship an entire U-Haul load of stuff. Although I am assured she doesn't have a U-Haul load, just a very large SUV. So Ford Flex tyre size amount of stuff. I guess in other kid caring news, the kids we have over every couple of weekends, that's going to step up to every other weekend, but